Red on the beat.
Checkmate. Welcome to episode 1.
Capital Hoops here, episode 1, the new documentary featuring Elijah Wood. Elijah, it's an honor to get you in on this. I'm sure everybody's
be doing this.
Everybody's looking forward to kind of getting inside your life and seeing what you're all about. I know you've got an interesting story to tell. Started off at St. Andrews, transferred to BCC public school, not super well known for their basketball. Kind of led them to places they hadn't been in a little while last year, and then in the middle of summer league, you decided you were gonna part ways and head out to Sunrise Christian in Kansas, a school very renowned for their basketball. You were there for what, 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, 3.
3 months, and then all of a sudden, people catch word that Elijah Wood is headed back east. So I want to start off by just getting the word from you. What happened? Why did you leave? Why did you leave to go there first off, and just kind of walk me through the whole evolution of you leaving BCC and coming back to BCC.
So it happened around midsummer, like as you said, summer league, and just got a follow one day from the assistant coaches there, and he as soon as I followed back, he DM'd me on Twitter, and yada yada, basically got my dad's number, and to us it was a no-brainer. So
but I'm sure other people like that. I'm sure that wasn't the first private school coach who hit you up, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure lots of people are trying to gauge your interest, see how committed you are to BCC. How did that stack up with? I'm sure the tons of other DMs you get.
Cause it's a nationally ranked school, number 2. It was number 2 in the nation last year, but they didn't go to Dix, but they were still really tough. So that was a real big part of it. Nike elite school, so I was with a lot of exposure and the gear and all that.
Right.
High quality players playing day in, day out against D1 players, probably future pros. So that was very helpful, got me better. As soon as they called, it catches your eye, because you don't usually have that happen.
It's humbling for them to hit you up. So what happened? So did you go out there and visit and kind of check things out? Or?
Nah, because I think 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even 2 weeks after they hit my dad, really got to know my dad, really got to know us. It felt like a no-brainer. So
without even seeing things out there, you just decided to jump ship.
Yeah, because we didn't have the money to go visit and stuff like that. So yeah. But
so you head out. How long after that did you head out there? I know you quit playing summer league after the 7th BCC game, I believe. So how long after that day was it till you landed out there?
Say about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So yeah, I was still training with them. Then I told Coach B and Coach Tracy. I had to tell them. I told my teammates. They were all supportive. That's why I love them so much.
I mean, how tough was it?
It was real tough, because leaving your family, not seeing my mom, me and my mom are real close. Not seeing her every day. Leaving my little brother, because he needs someone to look up to. Leaving my dad, because of his wisdom and all that. And then my other family members. That was hard, but as a man, I felt I had to do what I had to do.
So you landed out there. How long until school started? Because it was still summertime. It was still, what, July at this point?
No. I touched down around August, but they start school early out there.
Okay.
So I was there for a week before school started.
Okay.
And then straight to school, every day school basketball, and weights.
And what is the school like out there? How many students go to the school?
It's a real small school, like a real
Like
small
it's
school.
one of these kind of basketball factories.
Yeah, like a basketball factory. You can't do nothing but hoop
Right.
and go to school, like no distractions at all,
How
which is
many
good.
non-basketball players go to the school?
It's a pretty decent amount, but I mean, like, most of the people who go there, like, are like for basketball players.
Right.
Like, no one really goes there just to go to school. Not too many people do that.
Do they have any other sports teams besides basketball?
Yeah, they have every sport you can think of, even football. But like basketball is just like on another level. They take that
Right.
real serious.
Right. So where were you living when you were out there?
We were having I don't know how to say, like the houses. We would stay in houses. So I was with, since I was new, I was with the foreign kids, and like my friend Uzi, Paul, Thomas, all of them, like those are my guys. I missed them a lot, but I would stay out with them. We went through a lot together, so it like really made us close.
So tell me about your day in, day out routine. You would go to school for a couple hours,
Nah.
full day.
Nah. We would start off at like 5 o'clock in the morning, just run, like do conditioning.
Inside, outside?
Outside. We don't do nothing inside. We barely went inside. It was Kansas weather, so it was like always cold and mucky and disgusting. So, I mean, like, yeah, and then we would go straight to school, 6 hours. It was like a longer day there, and it was an hour before, so it would feel so long. Like, we would wake up at go to school at 8 and come out at 3:30, and then go straight to practice. No, go straight to lifting and then go straight to practice, and that'll be the routine every day. So there was nothing you could really do.
So what time are you done with basketball? 6, 7, 8?
Nah, it's like you're done when you put your head down, because other than that, you're either hooping. So that's like around like 9:30, 10.
So no TV, no video game?
We had TV, but I didn't get my video game until like the week before I left. So I mean, like, it didn't really mean nothing then.
So you're out there for close to 3 months. You're like really getting into it. Season is, I don't know, a month away, maybe less.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden news breaks that Elijah Wood is heading home. What happened? Why did you leave?
My family and I really thought it was best for my future, to come back, so I wouldn't really mess up any progress I've had. Not saying that the school wasn't good for me, because it helped me mature, become a young man. Help me grow up. I don't really have the after. What's the word, the after school problems I used to have, being dumb and stuff. So it really set my head straight.
So the situation basically is when the basketball situation just wasn't what you had hoped for, had anticipated. You just thought the way things project would be better coming back here.
Yeah, it wasn't because if I really thought about it, it would have hurt me to stay this year. I wouldn't have played how much I wanted, but next year it would have been I would have been the starting point guard, just down to third. I would have still been getting better and stuff. But, it was really for my college recruitment, because I didn't really want to lose nobody, because there's been a lot of hard work and years put into this.
Yeah.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
How did the decision go to come back? Is it something you were talking to your family about for a while?
I lied to you not. I really got so close with God when I got out there. And it got to a point, I would pray and then wrap the rosary around my hand and go to sleep with it. Because I was, really trying to find myself out there. And then I just had, the wildest dream. I just had the wildest dream, man. It just made me, I have to go back to BCC.
Dream about what?
It was just me playing against somebody, but it was a BCC uniform, and then I just went off in front of endless college coaches. It was just weird. It was weird, but it was just endless college coaches, and the game was packed, and I just went off for 50 or something. It was crazy, and then I woke up.
And you were like,
yeah, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. I was like, nah, this ain't it. I gotta go back home. I gotta do what I have to do.
And everyone was supportive of the decision?
Yeah,
anyone make you think twice about it?
My teammates were so supportive about it, here and back at Sunrise. Those are still my guys to this day. They were real supportive about it. They were like, you gotta do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, it's your life. So yeah.
So you come back to BCC. Tell me about your first day back in school after you come back.
The first day, it was just funny because no one really expected it except for like 3 people I knew. So when I walked back, it was like everyone was like just like coming up and hugging me. Yeah, they're like, what? Yeah, and they would just come up like all my friends would come up and dap me up and this, that, and the third. Most of my friends see me the day before because I was outside, but like, yeah, it was a fun experience. It was cool coming back.
How did you tell Coach Tracy and Coach Howe? Like, how did you break the news to them? You called them and told them I'm back, or?
I basically called. It's a funny story because I came home because I was about to go to Hillcrest. I actually go to Hillcrest, and that's when we were debating about Hillcrest or BCC. You know, with Kyrie Walker and all that. So, and then like I was here thinking about which one. And then they invited me out of the blue because they saw it was bad. They invited me out the blue to come and play pickup. And then I was just playing pickup with them. And then after I just, like with the team.
BCC team?
Yeah. Because Justin and Tyler, they're like, yeah, come play pickup. I was like, all right. I didn't know what I was going to do. So came and I was just thinking like once I was playing like, yeah, this feels right. So I went and just told Tracy, I was like, how would you feel if I came back? And he was just like, yeah, I would be more than happy. So yeah. And Miss Constantine, AD, like she was showing a lot of love, and the whole team was showing a lot of love. But yeah, him and Coach B knew first.
So practice is underway here now, and a tryout started a little while ago. You guys got your first scrimmage tomorrow at Theodore Roosevelt at the Milk House. Tell me where you think the team is at right now.
It's way different than last year.
Why?
We're all guards. Like all of us are just guards. So we're gonna have to be really quick.
That means you're gonna have to play some defense down on the block?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be real scrappy. Can't be relying on like Gordon and Miles and Thomas. We missed them all. Like we missed them every day. But we had to do what we had to do, and we just gotta like be men.
Let's talk about recruiting real quick. You've got a lot of suitors out there.
Mm-hmm.
You've done many great things to attract a lot of colleges. Tell me where you're at with kind of the recruiting. When, like, I know you're far away from making a college decision.
Yeah.
Just tell me about the whole thing real quick.
Not trying to sound like cocky or nothing, but it's a lot. So it's really a lot. It's really a lot to take in. Got schools like Tulane's on me real heavy with Dunleavy. He's a real good coach. A lot of pros.
Former BCC guy there.
Yeah, for real.
Cameron.
Oh yeah, Cam. Yeah, Cam's there. I forgot about Cam. My fault.
Yeah.
But Long Beach State. They really showed a lot of love on the official visit. Xavier, Coach Hayes texts me like every day. Georgia's been sending me like pretty decent amount of mail lately. They just started ramping up. I think they got a new staff or something. Really like Florida, Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss. Ohio State. They show a lot of love, but I've been offered, but hopefully that'll come soon. I think USC is coming out this year.
So when you say show love, you like talk to these coaches on the phone a lot? They text you, they DM you? Like what's the kind of the normal way of communication?
It's mostly texting because like anybody like who knows me is like, I don't really like being on the phone a lot, like especially with calls because I can't really do anything else but be on the call with you. So yeah, so when you text, it makes it a lot easier for me to like communicate back and forth and be like more engaged. So I like it when they do that. That's what I mean by showing love.
Social media. I know you're big into Instagram, Twitter. Tell me about what's your preferred social media platform?
I like Twitter, but I don't have it like the followers don't mean a lot, but I don't have as many as I do on Instagram for some reason. But yeah, I like Twitter because it's just funny to me. Like my feed is funny. That's why I like it a lot. But it helps promoting though, because like once you see retweet, they followers see it and all that. It's way easier to like get put on Twitter than Instagram.
And what about Instagram? I say twice a week I'll get a little notification on my phone. Elijah Woods going live.
Yeah. All of my friends or something, we just go on live because we just be bored. So we don't have nothing to do. We just be like, let's just go on live. So yeah, a lot of people say I go on live a lot.
So this documentary, talk to me about this real quick. We're gonna follow you in your junior year, maybe into your senior year. kind of watch you grow up a little bit, see where you go to college. What are you excited for with this new platform?
You're just gonna see a day-to-day life of me. Just regular kid, I guess.
All right, there you have it, Elijah. We appreciate it, Elijah. We'll be seeing a lot of you over the next year.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully you can make some noise here for the Barons, and we'll check you soon.
Gotcha.
Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Defense!
Fred on the beat.
This kid, say what's up.
What up?
This is the life and times of the Wood family. Mr. Wood is driving to Norfolk. Malik, Lola, Elijah, who we keep telling to take the hood off because that is part of our policy while we're in the doors. To be young men without hoods, only outside. Thank you very much.
You go to? How you feeling about this special occasion?
It's pretty cold. but you know, it's not that bad.
So, you gonna enjoy this day? Gonna have some fun?
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
So we made it. Yeah, finally made it. What's up, Grandpa? What's up, Grandpa? How you doing?
What's up, man? What you doing? Where you mom?
I don't know. I guess you
Yeah, we love it. Yeah. What's up? It's cold out there, buddy.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Good, huh?
How
you doing?
You about 16. What up, man?
Alright, Grandma.
Think with the skinny kid coming up here.
It ain't gonna bother the man.
See how he took the hood off his head in Grandma's house?
Oh, Lord.
Highly important.
Now you gonna do it for the power back there.
Boy, all they think they cool. They got the little handshakes. Here you go.
Catch up. Give it a little
No, he's taller than you with your head bigger than his, so it looks like y'all the same height.
Don't mind. How you doing?
How you doing, man?
So yeah, we about to eat. Got all the family outside. They about to come in soon. Yeah, good eats. All ready.
Oh, baby. Please go ahead.
Oh, Heavenly Father, I thank us for this meal, and thank you for blessing me for my second life with my family, and I thank you for being in good health, and I love each and every one of you.
Oh.
And that's for real.
Yes.
And God may bless you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Stay rooted.
Thankful to be around all y'all. A lot of generations of pretty positive and successful people. Just a lot of love, so I like that. Really thankful that everybody got it.
Good.
Capital Hoops here with Anthony Wood, father of Elijah Wood. Anthony, it's a pleasure to be with you. We appreciate you and your family kind of letting us inside. I know you guys kind of keep close quarters, but it's nice to get to know you and the family, and we look forward to kind of seeing what Elijah's day-to-day is like over the next, year, however long we do this. So
appreciate it.
Just wanted to introduce you to everyone and ask you a couple questions about Elijah.
Yeah, no problem.
I know they have a scrimmage here at BCC today. Last tune-up before the regular season starts. Elijah had an interesting path back to BCC. Obviously, he was a huge part of what they had going on last year. Was a pretty coveted player for many private schools who recruit from public schools. Sunrise Christian was the school that you guys eventually decided for him to go to. He was there for, I want to say, 3 months or so.
3 months.
And then out of nowhere, word hits the wire. Elijah Wood back in the DMV, coming back to BCC. Just walk me through how all that happened. First, how he got there, and then how he got back.
Well, Sunrise is an excellent organization. It's a good program. We came referred from some people we knew. We did our due diligence as far as who they are, what they do, how they do it, and I was highly impressed with what they did. They are it was an opportunity for him to grow and get away and see a different part of this thing called life. It's not necessarily a basketball thing for me. It's a big picture life thing. But he went there. He played with. He got some good tutelage. He picked up some weight. He did. I was impressed with what they were doing thus far. It was a really good organization. Still is. I still stay in contact with a couple of the coaches, and we're working from there.
So why? I mean, you have nothing but praise to say. So why is he back here? And kind of.
It was just as a family and extended family. We didn't want the time that was spent getting to a point where he is presently to be moved in a different direction. We thought it was the best. We, as a family, particularly him as a young man, because it is his life, so we allow him to make the decisions on his life.
Right.
We just give him information, sort of like the government. You know, we will give our opinions, and you have to digest it, feel what's best for you, and work it from there. And that's what we did. It was his decision, coupled with a lot of input from other family members, and he thought it was best for him to make the decision to come back to the DMV area, where the talent pool is just as high anywhere else in the country, man.
For sure.
So, you know, you could come here and go to a public school and still get the same amount of competition as you would go anywhere else. You know, there are different things that they give you there that you typically won't get anywhere else. But as a whole, he felt it was best for him, and that's the decision we made as a family.
You mentioned something interesting regarding him going to a public school. Most people would expect a player, I guess, of his caliber / potential that he would go to a private school. And with so many elite private schools, for example, Bullis, where your younger son goes, why is he at a public school?
I don't know. I look at it this way. I've always told him, and I tell everybody, if you're good enough, people will find you.
Right.
So, you know, any particular school that's suited for you, that allows you to have the freedom to do what you need to do, why not? I mean, I'm not one to get so enamored with private or public, or I'm a public product. So that's what I know. There are good things about public schools. You know, you get a true depiction of life. I'm all about getting you prepared for life, away from this basketball world. Just life. You know, you got a lot more time to be a man than you do to be a basketball player.
Very true. Very true. You mentioned your upbringing in the public sector. Let's go back on that a little bit. Tell us about yourself. I know you're from the Virginia Beach area, but give me a little background on yourself.
Well, grew up in Norfolk. Well, we grew up in Brooklyn for first 10 years, and then we moved to Virginia Beach. Well, moved to Norfolk. Norfolk product. Brother Norfolk. I mean, it's a good place. You know, it's a good place.
And what did you play basketball?
Played basketball, went to Maury High School, same school as Joe Smith.
Former number one pick.
Former number one pick. He came after me. We went to state 2 years. We didn't win it, but we went there. I played point.
Another big point guard.
Yeah, back in the day when it was, you know, you didn't have really big points back then. I had an opportunity to go D1, but, you know, as life takes you in different paths, went to junior college first, came out of junior college, did 1 year in junior college, got picked up by several other D2 schools at the time, decided to go to Hampton, where my brother was going at the time. Played there for 4 years, 3 years. Got my degree in engineering, did fairly well. I'm comfortable. You know, met my wife, moved up here, met my wife. You know, got into the thing called life.
So you moved up to the DC area, what you said, about 25 years
25 years ago, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me about, after you moved up here, what is it that you did? What do you do now for work?
Well, I have my engineering degree. I build buildings for a living, large buildings like the whole BCC. We would do the whole landscape plan of it and build the whole process. For now, we manage the people to build the building.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, my wife and I got into a different sector called medical, and we've been in that for a while. And I still do my building stuff, but I had my own business for about 8 years. 9 years in construction.
And as medical?
No, I had my own business in construction for about 8 years. Okay. We've been doing the medical stuff for a shorter period of time.
Okay, great. And you have 3 children?
I have 3 boys. My oldest is Anthony Jr., electrical engineer, graduated from Hampton. Highly proud of him. He designed nuclear subs for the Navy now. Then I have my middle son, Elijah. Well, Anthony was All-State 2 for track. Did 1 year. Should have did more, but that's neither here nor there. Then I have Elijah, middle son. We all know who he is. And he has a younger brother, Malik, who goes to Bullets presently. One of the best attack lacrosse guys in the country for the 2023 team. We travel all around the country just doing lacrosse. Lacrosse and basketball, the club lacrosse and AAU basketball it's synonymous. It's like the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I would leave a lacrosse tournament and come to an AAU tournament, and it's the same thing. Just different people, but it's the same thing. It's no different. It's quite amazing.
Wow, that's interesting.
It is highly interesting. I mean, the people are different, but the atmosphere is the same. You know, you got parents who yell and scream. You got parents who are calm. You got parents who do this. You got parents who do that. You got kids. I mean, it's just the same. It's funny. It really is.
So I find it very interesting that your oldest son is track, Elijah's basketball, your youngest son is lacrosse. Is that just kind of how it planned out, or is there any method behind that madness?
I'm not so much into pushing you to a sport. If I wanted all y'all to be into the family business, which is basketball, what I call it. That gets you your degrees, get you through life. Well, gets you to a point where you can make decisions to get through life. But whatever athletic path you take that's best for you, I'm comfortable with it. Because, you know, the grind of sports, if you don't really enjoy that part of what you're doing, or you can find many things to take your mind away from the sports activity. So I'm all about whatever makes you happy, but it'll have to be a sport. But whatever makes you happy within that sport, let's go with it.
I'm sure you're more familiar with Elijah's game than anybody. Break down his game. Tell me what you think he needs to work on, what he does well. Just if you were a college scout watching him play, how would you analyze his game?
Well, needs to be a little more vocal. Being a point guard, you got to get the command of your troops. I look at it as being in the military, which I was reserve in the military, father military, uncle military, you know, the whole military world, which is important. You have to command the troops by voice. You can command them as well by respect, but through the voice, a lot of other things come into play with it. I think his attributes, he's a heck of a passer. His skill set for dribbling is well. For a 6'6" kid, he's that's a skill set that's hard to come by in this day and age. He needs to work a little better on his three-point positioning, being a little more accurate, because as you go to the next level, you're just not going down on 7-foot 210s. Right. It just ain't gonna happen. I mean, you can try it if you want to, you're gonna get hurt. It's just not gonna happen. So that part of it he needs to work on. And, you know, decision making, I think he's gotten better from last year to this year. You know, but as a whole, I mean, I like the way his projection is moving. I think he could pick up a little more weight, but, you know, that's God's will. I have no control over that. I can try to make you do that, but like I said, I'm all about allowing you to be who you are. Because once you realize as a person, I need to do X, you will do X. Because if you don't, you know, nothing is going to change. Yeah. So.
I know Elijah is pretty highly coveted when it comes to collegiate ranks. You know, looking for their next point guard. Tell me how that process is going. How much mail you guys get? How much contact you guys have with various coaches, and how that is.
That's an interesting question. I went through it with myself and my brothers and my cousins but not like this. It's a little
daunting.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. But I will say we're dealing with it like we always do stuff as a unit. They will have to, I like for the coaches, I like to develop a relationship with coaches. And developing those relationships is a bigger picture to me than a particular name of an organization or school or whatever. Because like I've always said, you have to be a good man a lot longer than you're gonna have to be a basketball player. So I need you to be around people who are gonna make you a good man. So, fielding calls here and there, letters, it just comes like weekly. I would probably say 200 probably right now, 250, something like that.
And these are all generic letters, right? None of them are like really curtailed to him, right?
I would say about 50% are curtailed directly to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's say 40%. Yeah, I'm a math guy, so let's say 40% are curtailed directly to him. About 60% are just, flyers.
Same thing.
Flyers, the same as everybody else. You know what I mean? Like you get personal ones from certain coaches, and then you get certain information within the letter that I know that they had to have
done some research. Right.
To get an idea of who that person is, who his family is, who his father is, who his mom is. It's pretty interesting how intricate they've gotten to it with this recruiting world now. It's really interesting. And if you don't have someone who cares less about it, you can get lost.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You can get completely lost.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
So as you guys, I know he's got some time, but as you guys try to figure out where his best fit is, how do you, obviously you go on visits, some unofficial, then you go on some official visits, but take me through the mindset of how do we make this decision?
First and foremost, where as parents, myself and my wife, where the academic side of it suits who you are and can help you in the long haul get that degree, assist you in getting your degree as far as you doing what you got to do, but they have infrastructure in place to help you through that process. That's important to me and my wife. Yeah. Kids, they look at stuff completely abstract nowadays. They give me this, I got this, they got this, I got that. Like I said, it's just, but that is how we look at it in relationships. How and who continue to show love when you up and down and highs and lows, that means a lot. Everybody is happy when you're winning. Who are you when you're losing? What type of person are you when you lose? Right. Military talk, when you get back in the corner, who are you?
How much does the basketball part play a factor in terms of how many point guards are ahead of me? How many pros has this school sent?
In the bigger picture, I would say like 50%, 60% for me and my wife. But for him, it's probably like 100%.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said, it's a group thing.
Right.
Community. The stuff he would think about, I'm not even thinking about.
Yeah.
I can really care less about it. But the stuff that we think about, he's like, it doesn't bother him. But now you have to think about that.
Yeah.
Because, how many point guards do they have in front of you? Yeah, how many people have the potential to move to the next level? If that's a dream of yours. No one knows what that dream will give you, but if that's a dream of yours, who knows? So that's been daunting.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate the time. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you over the next period of time, and we look forward to getting to know you and the family, and hopefully some other family members as well.
I appreciate it very much, and thanks for the opportunity.
All right. Thanks, Anthony. Here with Elijah Wood, Checkmate, episode 1. Elijah, tell me about Thanksgiving. I know we got some good footage of you guys down in Virginia, hanging out with the fam. How was Thanksgiving?
It was really fun. Got to see all my family I ain't seen in a minute. You didn't see everybody in the video, but as soon as the food came, as soon as word got around that everybody was eating, a lot of people started coming in. So it was good to show show love and see love again. Be
Was
around
that was this like a typical Thanksgiving? Is this kind of what you guys do every year?
We go down to Virginia for Thanksgiving or Christmas every year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like we always down there. I got a lot of family.
So the basketball season is on the horizon here. You guys had your last scrimmage today. When's your first game?
Next Friday against Churchill.
Okay. And how you feeling entering your junior year here?
Real excited. Junior year 3. Just a big statement year.
What are your thoughts on how the team is after your scrimmages? You guys have had, what, 3 scrimmages? Where are you guys? Where do you think you are? You think there's a lot of work that still needs to be done? You're pretty happy where you're at?
There's a lot of work we need to do, but once we get together, we'll be fine.
I know last time we talked, one of your primary concerns was kind of the interior with Miles and
yeah, we really missed them
last year. How do you think the bigs are kind of assimilating?
Joe and Cam, like they're coming along really well, so I really have faith in them. So by the time like the season really gets rolling, we should be like really ready to go for anybody.
I know in addition to being a ball player, you're a big basketball fan. You've been to any scrimmages or any games of any other teams this year?
Not this year, but I always watch highlights. None of high school, some high school kids, like watch some of them, but it's mostly like pros. I like watching pros, see what they doing.
You got any plans to go to any other high school games this weekend or next week?
I wanted to go to the Hoop Fest, the one at DeMatha.
Yeah.
I want to try and make it out to a little WCAC Baltimore thing today, so.
All right, Elijah Wood, appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Fred on the beat.
Start off at like 5 o'clock in the morning, just run. I'm Elijah Wood, Checkmate.